For my last thank you for Thank You Week, I want to talk about a friendship that's very special to me. Her name is Peggy. She's from Australia, and I met her online when a mutual friend, introduced us and said that I had to get to know this woman because we were so much alike. Turns out we're not so much alike in a lot of ways, but we are in some. We share an interest in photography, we share an interest in animals, we have a very similar sense of humor. And I wrote to her for several months before I finally met her. In the year 2000, she decided to come to the United States for a vacation, and she was going to spend the time with me. And it was a really very special 6 weeks. At the time when she arrived, I didn't really have a lot of friends here in this town. I had had good friends who had moved on to different places or different places in their lives. And I was sort of missing this female companionship. And then Peggy arrived. And I picked her up at the airport, and she greeted me with arms wide open and a huge smile on her face. And from the very first minute, it was like we had known each other forever. We did a lot of traveling while she was here. We traveled up and down the state. We got lost a few times, spent a lot of time alone in the car where we had an opportunity to discuss everything about our lives, our feelings, our hopes, our joys, everything. We went to the San Diego Wild Animal Park, a place I had always wanted to visit. Had a wonderful time there. She took me on a balloon ride at Lake Tahoe, which was absolutely fabulous. I never ever thought I'd get a chance to go up in a hot air balloon. We went to Seattle. We spent a week in Seattle visiting my friend Diane. And it just, the whole 6 weeks, there was a real magic about it. And by the time it was time for her to go home, I felt like we had forged a really solid friendship. And it was agony to have to say goodbye to her because she lives 9,000 miles away. I thought I would never ever have the opportunity to see her again. But 3 years later, I did have the opportunity to see her again. I had a job, I saved money, and we decided that I would spend 6 weeks in Australia. And it was very nice when I got there to discover that all the feelings that we had for each other then still existed. The friendship was still alive. We still could laugh together and could talk together, and we did a lot of wonderful things. The kangaroo memories alone are enough to make the trip worthwhile.
A kangaroo. Bib's feeding this one. This one's got another baby in its pouch, and it stuck its head out a little while ago, but it's now hiding again. There we go.
While I was there, she taught me how to use Photoshop. I became very adept at using Photoshop. And the whole time was such a fantastic experience that at the end of it, we were talking and we decided that, we could do this again. It didn't have to be the end of everything. So when I left Australia, it wasn't nearly the wrenching pain that it had been when I left, when I had to put Peggy on a plane to go back to Australia. We decided that I would return in 2 years, and we would do some traveling, and we had all sorts of plans for things we were going to do. But then circumstances changed, and she was going to be retiring. Her circumstances were going to make it impossible for us to do the kinds of things that I had thought we would do when I went back. And so we decided that it probably would be a better idea for me not to come back. That was kind of a hard decision to have to accept, but I am just so incredibly grateful to have Peggy in my life. We still remain friends. I still write to her frequently. She still corresponds with her, communicates with me on a not quite so obsessive level as I am. That's one of the things we're different on. But it's just been the most special relationship in my life for the last several years, and I'm very grateful to have her in my life. So Peggy, I'm sending this to you, and I want to thank you very much for everything, for all the fun we had here, for all the fun we had in Australia, for all the things that you've shown me and all the things that you've taught me. And I will never ever forget it. I'm glad that we remain friends, and I hope that our friendship is going to last for a very long time. I love you, my friend.
Final words to say? Yes, I'm the winner. Thank you very much.